Hello, thank you for joining us today. I'm Linda Stay, the Development Director at Switchpoint. I so wish we were all together in person, giving hugs and high fives, but we're looking forward to October 20th when that will be the case. Mark that on your calendar. We are so grateful for our co-hosts who invited you here tonight. We appreciate their belief in us and the part they play in helping transform the lives of thousands through our diverse programming. Our program today includes inspiring successes of our clients, the insider scoop from Carol, how we not only survived a pandemic, but really thrived in the most trying of circumstances. You're going to learn why Switchpoint was created as so much more than a homeless shelter. A special guest performance by Travis Siegmiller and his beautiful family, followed by our goals moving forward. All this packed into 30 minutes. If you have questions or comments, please put those in the chat and we'll address those at the end of the presentation. And now it is my honor to introduce Pam Heath. Pam is currently a financial advisor with Merrill Lynch, and she serves as the secretary on the board of Switchpoint. We feel so fortunate to have her expertise, yet more importantly, her heart. Welcome, Pam.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you for being here tonight.
I'm honored to be part of the Switchpoint family. I can relate to the experience of those who are living in poverty. As one of 7 children growing up in poverty with an alcoholic father, every day was a struggle that resulted in shame and lack of self-worth. My parents divorced when I was 10. Difficulties increased, and my father moved away. My mom didn't have any work experience or know-how to manage money. My father controlled everything, including finances. She suffered from mental illness, and she had to be hospitalized occasionally. I still remember the kindness of the librarians at our town library when they provided a turkey and all of the food needed for a Thanksgiving dinner. It was at the library that I discovered my love of reading and learning, and I'm very grateful to the librarians for their compassion. Had there been a community resource center like Switchpoint where I grew up, I strongly believe the outcome for my family would have been different, very different. Some of my siblings have struggled with drug and alcohol abuse. All of us have had to try and overcome lack of self-worth, among other issues. My mom tried her best. She was a very loving mother and grandmother who ingrained in us to love and help others. She demonstrated that every day, no matter how little she had. It is because of my mom that Switchpoint is near and dear to my heart, and I want each of you to know that your support is helping to provide successful outcomes for families, especially the kids who need to know that they are valued and loved. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you. You can just go that way. Wow. Thank you, Pam. You can see why we are so fortunate to have her compassionate heart and soul. She is one who understands the true value and impact of all that we are doing at a core level. I'm excited to premiere for you now, our VIPs, our new never-before-seen video that captures the scope of our work and it will give you a glimpse into the unique culture of Switchpoint. Following the video, we'll hear from our CEO, Carol Hollowell, the most tenacious, passionately driven woman you will ever meet, as is proven by the many awards that she has been honored with. Most recently, the Ernst Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award, the 2018 Innovator of the Year Award from the state of Utah, and being included on the Women of Utah mural hanging in downtown Salt Lake City. There's many, many more, but I promised you 30 minutes, so we'll stop there. Please enjoy this short video.
No matter where you come from, whether you come from intergenerational poverty or you come from wealth or you come from middle class, there's an energy at Switchpoint. There's a culture where we are all treated equally and everybody is treated with dignity and respect.
You know, there are many reasons that could lead someone to be homeless, and it's not our place to judge what those might be. It's our place to help.
If you don't understand the underlying trauma of why someone made a behavior choice, and you don't get to the real root of it, who are we to judge why they made that decision? And that's the biggest lesson I've learned in operating Switchpoint is, you know, be kind, because we don't know the battle that someone is facing.
Well, we try to tell everybody if you need food, come. We help. We do not turn anybody away. We help everyone.
If you're constantly every single day having to think to yourself, how am I going to get dinner tonight? Or where am I going to shelter tonight? There is no chance at all that you're going to be able to fully invest yourself in the community to make the entire community better.
A switch point is the mechanism on a train track that with just a little bit of a movement sends you in a completely different direction. Our model at Switchpoint is to be that change where they become the switch point in their own lives. And we do that by providing education, advocacy, classes, resources that teach the client how to be empowered on their own. And we become their best cheerleader. That's how we are the Switchpoint.
Switchpoint Community Resource Center has focused on solving homelessness, and we did that by starting a homeless shelter. And then we knew that that was not going to solve homelessness, so we added on to our family of services lots of things. So we added on a food pantry and case management, and then we thought we need to put these people to work. So we thought, let's do micro enterprises, businesses. So we added on thrift stores, and we added on doggy daycare and a small engine repair. And then we thought, there's still a gap. Let's talk about recovery. So we opened in 2020 a drug treatment center for men up in Hilldale, Utah. And it has capacity for 42 men in that facility.
I see that the approach at Switchpoint works. The vision they have works undoubtedly. And I know that the money that we donate will be used appropriately and properly in the best interests for the neediest people in our community.
You have an organization that not only welcomes but thrives on volunteerism from our community. That's the kind of synergy that I want in my partners when we're trying to help improve our community.
The energy of the staff and the entire organization, it's in constant motion, constant growth, constant thinking of what else can we do for clients and what else can we do to serve the community, to keep people safe.
And then we thought, well, we probably should work on housing. So we did an affordable housing project, and we just finished that in November of 2020 with 55 units of 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedrooms that provide affordable living, safe, great, beautiful space.
What are one of the huge obstacles that we face is having a place that people can afford. So accessible to them, accessible housing.
So our stepping stones, we break ground here in the next month or so on a 24/7 child care center that really focuses on the working family that works non-traditional hours, because there's nothing available. So something that will allow them to work swing shifts, grave shifts, weekends, that kind of thing, and gives them somewhere safe and affordable for their children to be.
The first step is always the hardest, and a lot of people feel that if they take that step, they're going to fall. But they need to recognize that in the community there are safety nets for them, and Switchpoint is one of them. We are here to help individuals get the courage, have the support, and really help put their life back together that they have to take that first step.
It's not a scary call to make. It may seem scary, but the people that are welcoming you into our resource center are very loving and kind and compassionate, and will meet you where you are.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Pam, so much for being on our board and for sharing your story. Love you. I have missed seeing so many of you in person. I miss the hugs and the eye contact and the human connections. That is the reason for our topic. We had a year that forced us to pivot and learn how to thrive during this crazy year of isolation, quarantines, and little human connections with our donors and volunteers. My staff, as you saw in this video, have been absolutely incredible over the last year. They have showed up day in and day out. There was no working from home because we are the home for so many and we're essential. Last March, when COVID changed our lives, I thought, Switchpoint's not going to survive. How would we have events? How are we going to make it without our huge, faithful cadre of volunteers? This year has taught all of us that we're tough, we're resilient, and we're born to thrive. I have an incredible board, as you just saw from Pam, who gives day in and day out. I have staff that live our culture and love our clients. Let me speak to what a Switchpoint is. It's the point of change that leads to new direction. My Switchpoint was Ray. He's made me a better person by reaching into my soul to find solutions to his homelessness. I saw Ray outside in the rain in 2012, and I stopped to ask how I could help. This led to a 7-hour journey of tapping every resource I could find to move Ray into housing. Homeless for over 5 years because he had lost a wallet, he was too overwhelmed and exhausted to know what to do. He needed a Switchpoint. How have we become Switchpoints during this pandemic year? We've dug down, found the gaps that were making it almost impossible for our clients to survive, let alone thrive. With the city's help, we served almost 500 people who needed to be quarantined and isolated. We opened that on April 1st, and we utilized the St. George Inn for 11 months. And man, did my staff step up big time. This prevented any outbreaks in our shelter and provided a safe place for clients. When Grace Episcopal Church had to close for COVID, we immediately moved the soup kitchen to Switchpoint campus. Shutting down was not an option. Too many relied on our daily meal. On average, we serve 120 meals a day and saw an increase during the pandemic. Riverwalk, oh, as you saw, is so beautiful. It's still completed on time, even though the crews were being hit with COVID and quarantined for 2 weeks at a time. But let me tell you, we opened this in November and immediately we filled to capacity. And we could not even bring on our social programs or classes just until this month. We're so grateful for all the support from our community and from the city of St. George. We love our attainable housing. Some other updates, man. We moved our bed and biscuits to a larger facility off of Sunset and Dixie Downs Road. We opened up 3 more micro enterprises as well in the year of 2020. We opened up a small engine repair shop, also located in the Bed and Biscuits facility. And crossover grad is mechanic extraordinaire John. Come see us. We also opened up the Thrift Boutique in December. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to find a lot of exquisite brands and eclectic treasures. Name brands at thrift store prices. And this is located on 1000 East and Red Hills Parkway in the old Affogato building. We also opened up Crossover Recovery Center in Hilldale, and we opened that in February of 2020, filling a huge gap to get our clients much needed support with substance use disorder. All of these businesses assist our mission and create income and create jobs. We weren't done yet. Man, Tooele County Local Homeless Coordinating Committee reached out and they said, we need help and we want to implement the Switchpoint model. So we opened July 1st. A food pantry, a domestic violence shelter, a thrift store, and a community resource center. And right now we're working on the emergency shelter. This is the first time in Tooele County that homeless services are being provided. All donations stay in the county where they are given. Last summer, the Salt Lake Valley Coalition to End Homelessness called, and they asked for help. So we took on 2 temporary winter overflow shelters in Salt Lake, serving more than 450 individuals between 2 locations in 4 months. Again, my staff stepped up big time. Funding came from Salt Lake City, Salt Lake County, and state COVID funds. Man, it's been a tough year for my child care project. We had to put it on hold due to some increased costs. As you can imagine, the pandemic was brutal on our material costs, but we are finally getting started again and will be open in December of 2021. Now you ask, why childcare? Because we've spent thousands of hours with our families over the years, and childcare, affordable childcare that is accessible 24/7, is the major gap in maintaining employment. Switchpoint identified the community need. We addressed the barriers and then came up with the solution. Stepping Stones will have a tremendous impact on our families in Washington County. It will accommodate up to 275 children daily. We will improve well-being, help families get a higher income by having job sustainability, and stabilize families as they have accessible, affordable childcare. Currently, there's no facilities offering overnight or weekend care, and there is a high demand for care outside of a traditional 9-to-5 hour. With your help, we have been able to accomplish so much and to serve so many. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am so driven and inspired by all of you. When we all strive to meet the mission of Switchpoint and serve, we can help others thrive. I'm so honored to introduce Kat, one of our former clients. Her story is one of heartbreak, strength, and resilience, but she is why we all do what we do. Watch her short video.
Domestic violence is emotional, it's mental, it's all sorts of stuff, and it's just been years, and I had to put up with it, and I chose to put up with it. I thought I could change people because of it. I thought, I don't do these things to you, maybe I could change you with my own actions and my own love, and I believed that for too long. I didn't think I could ever take care of myself because everyone I trusted and loved told me that I couldn't, and told me that they were going to be there to help me, and they weren't, and so I didn't have a choice, and neither did my daughter, but that was her only hope, was me.
Okay, I have a spread. Okay, so where's this circle?
Being at Switchpoint definitely was like, all right, you're on your own now, and these people can help you, give you the tools you need to get to where you need to go, but this is all on you. No more holding yourself back. And I wish my daughter wasn't with me because it felt like it was just that much harder, but she was the only reason why I was able to just stay focused, because for myself I felt like just for me I couldn't do it. And when I didn't have her around, when I had to leave her with other people for a minute so I could keep her away from the people that were abusing me, I was like, I could never do it for myself, but I could do it for other people. I could do it for her. I could do it for her future. And just so happens that it's beneficial for me as well, and I had to learn that after the fact. Everything started at Switchpoint. Everything that got me here started the day I went in there. Okay, well, just, like the 2 columns, the activity. I remember the first day I walked in here, I was asked if I had anything that I ever wanted to do in life. They ask you at intake, and I remember I want to be a singer. Switchpoint was able to give me just everything I personally needed. They were able to accommodate to what I was as a person, and not everybody is the same. So the fact that they were able to do that for someone like me, I was able to work with everything after the fact. But I think that they can do that with everybody here because they are some of the most understanding and most compassionate and patient people, and that's the kind of people we have at Switchpoint. My whole life changed. It really did. It felt like I went from being scared to live my life to these people believe in me and they've only known me for 3 months. I'm going to show them what chance they just gave me. People like me will go as far as we want, and I really am aiming for the stars, so that's why it's working. But thank you guys so much for taking time to listen and being here today. I just want to let you know before I go that I appreciate everything that you guys are doing, and so does Switchpoint, and all the support that you guys give us helps change lives like my own. And the more that we do that, the more that we give to Switchpoint, all of us, the whole community, we're able to make magic happen, and we're able to do this for future and help change the face of poverty. So thank you guys so much.
Wow, how inspiring is she? And I have no doubt that she will realize all her dreams. I'm sorry that I didn't give you a tissue warning. You know, Pam, Catherine, just everything that we're doing is remarkable. A single dream is more powerful than 1,000 realities. And like Kat, we have big dreams that we must bring into reality to better serve her and the many in our community like her. We are shooting for the stars. As I was talking to Travis Siegmiller, our State House representative, about our goals and dreams, he told me this story and I was so moved. I asked him to share it with us today.
When I was a little boy, my mom used to sing me to sleep by singing me her favorite songs. And one of her favorite songs was called Give, Said the Little Stream. And now today, as I'm a father myself, as we're trying to think about how best to raise these 4 kids, as we pondered about that, this mantra from this song from when I was 3 years old came back to me. And it's just the part of the song that says, I'm small, I know, but wherever I go, the grass grows greener still. And my wife and I loved that. And so now that's our family motto is I'm small, I know, but wherever I go, the grass grows greener still. And we love this song that we're happy to share with you today, of our family singing it for you now, that concludes with the invitation that we make for everyone to give, oh, give away.
Give, said the little stream. Give, oh give, give, oh give. Give, said the little stream as it hurried down the hill.
I'm small, I know, but wherever I go, the grass grows greener still.
Singing, singing all the day. Give away, oh give away. Singing, singing all the day. Give, oh give away.
Leaving the grass greener. What a beautiful example of loving parenting, teaching charity and generosity, and a perfect segue for me. I feel honored to advocate for Switchpoint and our family there, and let you know clearly how you can support the vital work that we do. Will you help our little Noemi and families like hers? There's many ways you can do that. Donate, enroll in monthly giving, add us to your will or trust, donate your RMD, get involved, volunteer. We rely on 300 volunteers monthly. Patronize our businesses, shop at our thrift stores and donate. Use our small engine repair and, for heaven's sake, our doggy daycare and groomer. And use your voice. Please advocate for us. Finally, consider sponsoring our 24/7 Stepping Stones childcare for Kat and Elora. Catherine is going to school during the day. She's a server at night, and having accessible, affordable care for Elora would bring her stability to continue her journey to thrive. The pandemic has thrown too many families into crisis, still single parents especially, and the data shows that the effects will be felt for years to come. COVID has been hard on this project. More than once, we feared it would need to be tabled. Yet in true Switchpoint fashion, we had to find a way to overcome, and we are with your help. Seeing the great need and understanding the value, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, in addition to 2 other donors, stepped forward to make up the gap in construction cost. That leaves us with a final shortage of only $300,000 to get us functional. In summary, we've already secured $2.5 million, 89% of the total cost, leaving only $300,000 to get this important project completed and up and running. And today we have an anonymous donor who will match your donation dollar for dollar up to $50,000 to help us get open by the end of this year. We have 10 sponsor naming opportunities, which will get us to the finish line. For $20,000, you may pledge over 2 years if you need to, but you may have the chance to sponsor with your name attached one of the following. Our first steps, the infant nursery, tumbling toddler's room, our preschool parlor, the rec room for 6 to 11-year-olds. How about our treats and eats kitchen, or the gallery art hall featuring the children's art, our fun zone playground, planting seeds children garden, the learning lab where classes will be taught, or our community commons. Take the first step to supporting our little ones. You'll go to spcrc.org. It will look like this. And then you're going to click the Donate Now button. Please realize that a gift of any amount, no matter how large or small, is greatly appreciated. And remember the match today, doubling your donation. If you can give monthly, that's very valuable to us. If you choose to sponsor one of the areas of the Stepping Stones 24/7 childcare, you're going to click the Custom Amount button, and you'll put in $20,000. Or if you choose to split it between 2 years, you'll click the $10,000 button, and then you'll click that down arrow and select yearly. You'll continue on to the next page to put your credit card information in. In the comments section there, tell us what space you'd like to sponsor. You may also drop off a check or mail one in to 948 North, 1300 West, St. George. We're just, so you know, we're just off of Sunset behind Conrad's Car Wash. We are so close. Please help us cross that finish line. If you have the means or know someone who does, please partner with us to put the world back in order a little bit and bring stability and opportunity for the young ones that we serve. Please follow Travis's lead and give away. Well, this year has been like no other. As you can see, we have a lot to celebrate. Join us as you watch this closing video, and we'll be back to address any questions or comments. Leave your questions in the chat or text them. And I'm just going to tell you, you want to stay clear to the end because we have another surprise. So enjoy this closing video, and we'll be back.
Your blood like a winter freezes just like ice, and there's a cold lonely light that shines from you. You wind up like the wreck you hide behind that mask you use. And did you think this fool could never win? Well, look at me, I'm coming back again. I got a taste of love in a simple way, and if you need to know while I'm still standing, you just fade away. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did, looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. Now I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Once I never could hope to win. You're starting down the road and leaving me threats you made were meant to cut me down. And if our love was just a circus, you'd be a clown by now. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did, looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. Now I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did, looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. Now I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's pretty good rap.
Yes. Oh, we're still standing.
Still standing. Hey,
Honestly, thanks.
Great comments
thanks to
in
you.
the chat box. Thank you, guys.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And share away. Oh no, give away.
Yes, it's that. So let me give you a little update of what happened earlier. So we brought in about 20,000 to go toward the $50,000 for dollar match.
Okay.
That means we've got 30,000 to go on that one. So
and then we had 3 sponsors today.
I'm counting on you.
Yeah.
And we got 3 sponsors.
Woo, woo.
So that means we need 7. Earlier I was saying we need 7 more.
She can't count. It's really 7. Okay.
But we'll take 7 more, right? But anyway, so seriously, we need 7. And like I said, it may not be you, but you may know somebody that cares about kids.
Oh yeah, kids.
Right. So yeah, we're gonna pull the kid card.
Okay, that's good.
All right. So do we have some what do we have? Any questions?
Just some nice comments. Yes, some really nice comments.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you
thank
so
you, Stephanie.
much.
Yeah.
Gosh, we appreciate all of you. And Travis, thank you. Travis and Lisa and your darling family and the goats.
And the goats. Thank you for the goats.
Yeah.
Yeah, those goats get to go live at Crossover as therapy goats,
Yes.
which is very helpful.
Very, very helpful.
Yeah.
So we're super, super grateful for Travis for that support as well. He's also their families made a significant donation today. So, he's walking the talk, or talking the walk, walking, what,
He's in there.
that thing. And so when I say follow his lead, I mean it. So help, as Travis told me when we were talking about this, he said he had a mentor that told him, if you have a cause that you believe in, you want to give till it hurts a little bit. And I think that's a really good standard to go by. So,
Yeah, that
so
means
give,
something.
it really means something. So I hope I'm not embarrassing him. Oh, I saw a question. How long will the 50,000 match go?
Yeah, I think he gave us a couple weeks, so if we can
Yeah.
round it up in a couple weeks, then
Yeah, and I'll throw that out to our social internet land.
Yeah.
But I mean, my hope would be that we get quite a bit closer today.
Yeah.
On that.
John had a question about, do our clients return to work when they're at Switchpoint? Absolutely. Part of our action plan is how do we help you stabilize? And that is employment, right? And getting your own money. And so many of them can start our job shadow programs at any of our micro enterprises. And then, we are then a great reference for them to move on. And a lot of them are just going through our case management and working with Department of Workforce Services to gain employment. And so that's a big key for us, is getting them working.
And that usually happens really right away. I mean, when you say that the majority of our residents, they have jobs.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't have one coming in, we can get them placed
Yeah,
pretty
and if
quickly.
they're in a part-time job when they got there and that's why they can't pay rent, we're trying to help them find another part-time job. That's the biggest problem right now, is there's just not a lot of full-time jobs that are allowing people to cover rent right now. So,
and you know what? I want to do a shout out right now for Joe Gibbons at Carpets Plus.
Oh, geez,
Holy
yeah.
cow.
Yeah.
You know, Joe has he gives our clients a chance over and over and over again.
We got 10 working for him right now. So if you need your floors done, call Joe.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
appreciate businesses like that trust us
Yeah.
and will give our residents a go. Okay, any more questions? Are you seeing any over there, Steve?
Just going through these nice comments.
Childcare is so
a new comment right there.
new comment down, Stephanie, down on the bottom there.
We read that one? Mm-hmm.
Oh, we did that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so I promised you
Oh, boy.
if you stuck in here that you were going to get the real, and I'm talking the real.
Oh, here's a question.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my friend Don Muller. What does Don say? He says, how are you able to handle the growth in going to Tooele and Salt Lake? I'm impressed because it's a big move. Oh, Don, come on. I ride my bike there. No, just kidding. Don was a SAG for us when we rode across America in 2015. But we find great people. And as you can see, I got a great staff, and we recruit amazing people who can pick up the vision and carry it forward. And so that's what we do when we move into different areas. We make sure that they understand what our culture is and how we really truly help people instead of being band-aids.
And honestly, Christy Johnson, the executive director in Tooele, she's another Carol. It's hard to believe, but she's incredible. So
my twin.
Yeah, seriously.
Except for I'm gray and she's not.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so.
Oh, cute from Travis.
Yeah. Well, tell your 7-year-old he can sing with us anytime. Speaking of that.
Oh. Speaking of that, so honestly, I promised you that those of you that stuck around, I tell you, this is a VIP insider scoop, and you're going to get the real scoop on how Carol personally survived this pandemic. So we're going to bring up our producer, director, whatever extraordinaire.
Come on, Stevie.
Steve Stay is going to back her up here.
Oh man, I tell you what, Linda can talk me into stuff only because she's so darn good.
Yeah, at 4:30 I said, Carol, I have a really good idea. Call me.
I don't know if it's a good idea, guys, but if you know me at all, I'm kind of in a parrot head, which means for some of you, if you don't know, I like Jimmy Buffett a lot. And so this COVID year has been tough because it's been 7 days a week and a lot of traveling. So here's a song that I love on how you survive. Linda. I bought a cheap watch from the crazy man floating down canal. It doesn't use numbers or moving hands. It only just says now. Now you may be thinking that I was had, but this watch is never wrong. And if I had trouble, the warranty said, breathe in, breathe out, move on. And it rained. It was nothing really new, and it blew. Seen all that before, and it poured. The earth began to strain. Watch a train leaking through the door. Tides at war. If a hurricane doesn't leave you dead, it will make you strong. Don't try to explain, just nod your head. Breathe in, breathe out, move on. And it rained. It was nothing really new, and it blew. Seen all that before, Don't try to shake it, just nod your head. Breathe in, breathe out, move on. Don't try to explain, just bow your head. Breathe in, breathe out, move on. And that's how you get through a pandemic. Thanks for joining us tonight.
I'm out of here. Any other?
No, we've kept him, but it was worth it in my opinion.
No, it's great.
Oh, thank you so much. Wait, we're still on screen, Carol. Okay, and we're out. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's a good thing